Yeah, it feels like Mr. Beast is one of those people that would just simply ignore the pain. Because as a narcissist, you just ignore all the bad things that happen to you and only remember the good stuff that you have done and that you're proud of. That's what you focus on. That's how you build your videos in the first place. All the good stuff that happens, you get to see. All the bad stuff, I mean, we gotta fucking tuck it away. We're not gonna talk about Bruno, okay? So this hunger strike is at this point. A little bit further away. Okay. 24 hours plus 17 hours happens to be, or 19 hours, happens to be 44. So we're around here now. We have traveled this location. The problem is I do eat something, all right? And it depends on the good deeds of the people. If I find something good, something to celebrate, I will live just a little bit longer. But right now I have decided. It's a pretty brutal decision, but I think my body will understand. My body will always send mixed signals. It's just, the nature of random things. But yeah, we made it to this part. Almost second day complete. Swimming in chocolate, bro, but can't eat it. Selling chocolate. So we're past the point where he already sold burgers, but was beaten by a burger. And he's selling chocolate. Almost beaten by chocolates. That is so weird, right? His own foods are attacking him right now. But yeah, you can see how much pain he suffers from. And he just ignores it. He's like, well, that's content. Which is kind of funny, right? Like, that's how you can ignore pain, by turning it into content, by turning it into something that you want to actually experience for some reason. I have picked up garlic bread from my mom. She is still trying to feed me, of course. My mom is not going to be fucking letting me go. Which concludes probably every day food of the day. What am I gonna eat after the day's over, because I have to, make sure that I can sleep and not suffer horror and insomnia. Mr. Beast haven't actually suffered that much, because normally, like, I've heard about people suffering from pain from like not having enough calories to sleep with, even like the body just can't sleep. But technically, I think these people just feel their weakness, feel their discomfort of like death itself. They're trying to fight back against it. And it was a black dude saying that. So there's a lot of them poor. There's a lot of them struggling. You know, as much as I don't want to be racist, there's a huge difference between black and white people. There is a privilege we can talk about. But in that privilege is just a difference. It's, well, I guess it is a privilege. It's just not that big as you think it is. Black people just kind of start from one step down, from a little bit lower than what normal people start with. But they still have a chance to prove themselves. That little bit of chance. Maybe fucking the floodgates were open, the migration was open, and people could just come from any country ever, and they took the opportunity. I don't know, bro. It's very weird. I've heard stories of that, so maybe that's the Takeshi Castle moment where they just flooding in, they're trying to like get to that location. Who's gonna be the fucking black dude that makes it through? The fucking who knows, man, what's going on in Africa and how that looks like, what the vibe is. I would want to explore that shit deeper. Like Mr. Beast goes to Africa fairly often to help people, to get his content, questionable. But yeah, he doesn't seem to have trouble sleeping, maybe trouble waking up, and definitely trouble being awake for long periods of time and doing his videos and stuff. Which makes the 12 most watched video actually quite interesting. when you know the background story behind it. I wonder who came first, the chicken or the egg in this case. Because here you can see the chicken laying an egg, and here you can see the egg. I created Willy Wonka. Can you sense the way he sounds, bro? So June 4 versus July, June, July, right? So this comes after. Chicken comes after the egg. What? I didn't sign up for that. Most garlic breads look like this. I simply have garlic on my bread, on brown bread. And that's gonna be my sandwich. Very tiny fucking corner, tiny triangle. Probably should take a picture of it because you deserve a picture once a video, potentially. You know, you kind of deserve it if I have something to picture in the first place. So I'll show you guys my food of the day. The biggest problem of starving yourself is the one I will explain here. So when you stop eating as a challenge, like your body needs to understand what the fuck does that mean. How dare you? How dare you do that as a challenge? That's insane. What are you doing, basically? For me, again, I have to keep reminding body, we're in trouble. We have to deal with a lot of fucking evil people around us, and the best thing we can do is fucking scream loud enough where the helicopter fucking takes us to an island to live in. A fucking remote island. Fuck off, guys. Forget about me. You know, leave me alone forever would be a pretty good fucking deal to break to all of the people. Literally every single one that I know could get this message like, I'm out. You will... I'm so far away, you will never actually reach me. You will never be able to contact me in the same way ever again. And I'll show pictures of me being happy somewhere else. That would be a pretty good ending, right? We'll see what we get. Maybe we just get death, which is still exactly the same ending that I just described. Except, you know, I lose my property. I lose my reality. I lose the ability to interact with people in the first place. So I can't just show fucking Grim Reaper next to me and be like, hey guys, I'm a flex now. I can't do that. It is a losing game in this case, but I'll just cut off that part. We just don't talk about that part. We talk about me and the island doing whatever I want. You know, the latest Mr. Beast video, the luxury island of $1 versus that. The water park. Look at that. I'm gonna go there, bro. I'm not a brokey. I got dollars upon dollars up in my brain. You can actually do all these things. Imagine all these things, all these good attractions. Probably even better than the fucking $250,000 island. Might as well react to that too. 250. Oh wow. Might as well react to the whole video again. Mr. Beast is no longer fighting the Ring of Fire. Just like Sniper Wolf Drama is kind of over. It's dormant. There's not much to do with Sniper Wolf Drama, unfortunately. There are a lot of channels probably commenting on the issue to this day, collecting data and trying to stay relevant. But I don't care about the drama unless the real players are playing it. Which is funny, like right now it's winter time. You can be more focused, more interested in causing drama, but it's not happening. Kind of pisses me off. And Ring of Fire is still kind of dormant simply because I'm responsible for it. I created the damn thing, and I don't want to create it now, and I'm in trouble, you know, in the grave that I dug for myself. And I will keep on digging. You know, there's no actual difference right now between me and a person who's well fed. But my consciousness is starting to, like, dial a little bit more. There's a lot of pain, a lot of fear. That sort of feels present, but not quite overwhelming. Just constant, like, uncertainty feeling, constant falling down of like feeling weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. You know, the usual. You should try that too at home right now. I'm gonna be that one YouTuber that will ask you to try, especially if you're in trouble. Like, just see who cares. Who cares, bro? Nah. Obviously, if you're homeless and you don't have any friends that go around you, like, you're too poor to try this. You're way too poor to actually fight with starvation. But this is the mainline attack on society. This is what I wanted to discuss again with Cassie. I'll just rewatch the clip, but like she's just playing with food and like tells how to not fucking eat it in front of people. Just stuff it, just throw it away. Yeah, rearrange food, Cassie. This is the UK's most popular series where, you know, with teens. It's fucking Disney of UK, bro. But they do drugs, they have sex, and all that fucking dirty stuff instead of the cute, fluffy Disney stuff.
There.
Look, I rearranged your food. How cool is that? You don't have to actually eat it. It's much more beautiful, rearranged. It's a very psychopathic move. And it's also fighting against authorities. And this is the most usual way to fight. It's like, well, I don't want to... I'm not gonna eat your food, you fucking bitch. Get out of here. You think you're better than me? You think you're gonna make me feel happy in this new environment that you're putting me into? Right now, the dude that wants to fucking put me in asylum again, you know, I would imagine, I still don't understand his threats, but you know, the psychiatrist, doctor, whatever, even though no crime is committed, you know, it's that one special little flake that doesn't fly with them. They want to have control over you, so if they lose control over you, I don't know, bro. They get very upset. All right, I can't cut the tether. I can't run away from these fucking assholes who want to just feed me medication. It's like, wow, that's very important for me. That's very helpful for me personally. Because I'm the one struggling. Nobody else is fucking struggling. So I guess I'm just not permitted to be like everyone else. I'm just like threat to society that I might invade a society. I'm like a fucking savage person that don't deserve to fucking live a normal life. That is fucking a very weird statement that can pile up. Because nobody can actually say it out loud. They say it with their actions. You have to fucking stitch things together. And right now it's eureka moment of like, oh, I'm a savage. I'm isolated from society wherever it is. I'm not quite sure because my mom is isolated too, and I still don't have enough clues that society even exists. I think it's just the European way to fucking isolate people over and over again so they can be controlled, they can be used as material for whatever intentions. But farmers started rising. The purge has begun. Taking back our powers, our European fucking identity, has begun. And this is the fight that I'm doing. I'm participating in this by starving. Just like farmers are attacking the government, they're also threatening us to starve, right? Like, we will have to ration our goods. Like, a lot of shops just kind of like losing their grip on food supplies, which is pretty fucking terrifying. Whatever's going on Europe that nobody is breaking down. I see some stuff on TikTok being broken, but like, you know, I feel like a part of the purge. I feel like this is real. Like, this is something I have predicted that will happen, but I didn't know what will happen. I just knew it's the purge. I will call it this way over and over again. I just call this word, and maybe people will agree in the very end that this is the name of the year, and there's no doubt about it. We had COVID, inflation, and all that shit, or inflation invasion, whichever one you want. ination, boys. Ination. We had that. So it's either that or that. And now we're going into the purge, the most basic thing, but only was told in the movies. And probably we should watch the movie. We should just expand ourselves on this topic as much as we can. Because we're dying from it. We're dying to fucking see some changes in life. And I want to see that change in particular. If I can be a leader that will take down the fucking medical society, so be it, man. These guys have to get their ass kicked, once and for all. I don't know how deep the pain and suffering is going to be for the medical society and how it's going to look like once I'm finished. But a lot of changes have to be made and a lot of observations have to be made. Because when that shit is corrupted, when medical society is corrupted, I mean, that is the worst thing you can do to society. So bad. People who are struggling, who have low self-esteem, who have health issues. I never have health issues, bro. Right now, when I'm low on food supplies, I do feel like I have some kind of fever. Like my body is weaker and it's more susceptible to damage. I understand that. But when I'm healthy, when I'm fully fed, I eat healthy food and stuff, it's all nice. I feel pretty nice all the time. I have nothing to complain about besides, that I fucked up my body other ways too. Not just, I was eating very little over in the history of myself until I, wiggled myself in and I started, understanding how food works, bro. Because it's very difficult to cook food. I don't cook food. I just put it in a microwave. You just need to heat. Most of the food just needs to be heated. It's not a big deal. So you buy vegetables, you buy fruits, they're fucking cheap. You buy soups. That's very fun stuff to eat. Soups. And make sandwiches. And then drink some milky drinks. Right now I cannot do that. I can't drink milk, unfortunately. Just drink transparent drinks. Alright, they can be flavored, but don't have to be transparent. And they will be as long as they don't contain milk. That's probably the general rule, or other really weird drinks with a lot of particles in it that wouldn't make it transparent. You just know the water consistency has not been touched by other materials. Anyways, yeah, water hasn't changed. Water retains its main property of you can see through it, which is kind of very interesting property, by the way. Not every item in the world has it, to say the least. So with this in mind, mental hospitals are not dying anytime soon. When fucking show like this was trending and stuff. When everyone seems mental, seems on the edge, and if they do something bad, they deserve to get really punished. Which is so annoying. It's just again, every single person, every single teen has to think for themselves. They have terrible parents most of the time. It's kind of weird. Everyone just lives in isolation. And you can tell bad parenting because, again, I'm attacked by two fronts. By bad parenting itself. By a crying child every single fucking day. Pretty much, bro. And it's not a baby. It's a big child now. And still crying. Still running around making a lot of noise. It's crazy. And they putting pressure, bro. Right now, I think what happens, and my mom noticed that, there's crops being thrown through the balcony, bro. The child lives below us. So it's very suspicious, very likely that they fucking did it. They just made a mess below. And we're gonna have to call that. And I will mention to moms, so she mentions, so we making them even more of a suspect of like terrible parenting. Like if you're doing terrible parenting, you just give up your child. It's just that simple. It should be a simple fucking solution, you know. And if something is going on, if doctor is unhappy with how I am treating myself, then tell me. Tell me how to improve my treatment. It's just that very fucking simple. How difficult can this be? But he wants to withhold the information, make me question whether I'm in trouble or not. And I'm like, I'm fucking tired of this. We're not fucking playing that game. Are you kidding me? You want to make me feel like I'm in trouble or not, and whether I should fucking spend more time in asylum to learn my mistake or something. Some bullshit like that. You gotta be kidding me, man. It's not happening, bro. You're not gonna talk to a person who's functional anymore. You're gonna talk to a raisin instead. And you can shout as much as you want, bro. You're just gonna be the part of the problem. I'm gonna blame you for all the fucking pain and suffering that I have to go through. Because this is the nearest exit. Nearest exit is to remind your body that you don't enjoy life anymore. No life, no food. You don't really have an interest in life anymore. Because it's so fucking pushy around. But you have hope. I have hope, man. The year of the purge has to have a nice little ending. Of course. Once you understand how to work with it. Because I don't know, I haven't seen a nice ending of COVID or the invasion of Ukraine. I haven't seen the fucking good ending in there. It's almost like eternal problems that will never be solved. So I don't want this sort of grim thing to just continue on and stack on as if it's a problem of some kind. The good ending technically is that parts of the world are still improving, and people on front lines, they just have to, you know, push back as best as they can, fight as best as they can, be motivated, because eventually all this horror will stop. But it's very weird times, I would say. Technically, you know, it's pressure. It's stress. It's something that you can handle. Anyone can handle that shit. And become way better human beings in the end. It's just a simple work that you have to do, a simple thing to understand and rationalize every single resource that you have received. Ration, right? Most people have plenty of things. Most people are fairly wealthy, even if you don't feel like it. Because have you went hungry before? Have you had to just eat tiny pieces of food instead of a whole meal? I don't know, man. That's a tough position to be in. I don't know if, homeless people are often hungry, but they don't really have voices, naturally. So some people might actually have to use this as a spiritual awakening experience, just going hungry, cleansing your body of whatever is unnecessary. Your body will decide. Your body will do the Hunger Games with itself for your body. This probably cures all the cancer, the best cure for cancer. Because this cancer will die first. That would be the first thing to go. Like, okay, I don't like life. But once the cancer disappears, maybe I have cancer. Maybe I have tissues that are not necessary that are just gonna be detected by my body, because now body's desperate to look for the most unnecessary things within, and it will just disappear like that. That would be interesting. You never know how things work. You can't just listen to science and pretend that they know everything. I follow logic and I went very far with it.
Yum.
And then I get to enjoy stuff like this a couple more times than most people. All right, so let's taste test garlic bread corner. I'll show you what it looks like. You can imagine again the rewiring process where food is tastier when it has a purpose, when you really, really want it. You really want this piece of food like this, of course, it's going to be tastier. So again, last time I allowed myself a piece of this thing, which doesn't even look like it has material on it, but yes, it does. I still have 2 pieces left. I still have a batch of apple juice. And I recommend juice instead of water. Anytime. Water is almost like fucking dangerous if you drink it without flavors. Because it feels like shit. And the feelings matter a lot with water. Like, why are you drinking plain water? Are you that thirsty? You know, it's your body will actually start communicating with like that. It's fucking weird. I introduce you to garlic. It's very difficult to see, but it's just white pieces of garlic, butter. It's a corner of a bread on my bed, by the way. Cool looking bed, right? Like, I like the pattern. I like the feeling of my bed. By the way, weird fact, but I sleep with my clothes on. I'm very lazy. And no bed sheets. And I don't give a like, I don't, why do you need all of this stuff? Why do you put so much effort in waking up and going to sleep when you're gonna do that randomly whenever you feel like it? Pisses me off, man. Sleeping naked and all that shit, like, that's so weird to me right now. What other people do. Technically, it's more hygienic, whatever. And my body is full of fucking trash. But probably not simply because I don't change shirts. If I changed shirts, then I wouldn't have a lot of scars, man, on my body, bro. It feels so much better when I changed it. So you need, that's probably the only thing, the biggest hygiene secret, if you want to keep your hygiene, is to change shirts. You don't even have to clean your shirts. You have to change them, and hopefully you can put them in a special area with a lot of winds, like outside, hang them outside. I think that's literally enough to make you hygienic enough in general. Obviously, you change your clothes if they're super dirty, change your underwear and the socks and all that shit, but like, I really don't care about hygiene that much at all. And yeah, the doctor would pick on me for that, but I don't, like, where does he find the fucking guts, the needs to control me like this? It's pathetic, right? I'm not needed for society. I don't have a job. I don't need a job. I'm not looking for that shit. I don't want to participate in this shit. And job is just for slaves anyways. You know, if I don't want it, but I still have to work, that means I'm enslaved successfully. So that doesn't fucking work. So yeah, my relationship with a doctor is only bad. It's terrifying. It's holy shit, man. He's just the fucking dude that lets me run around on a leash. And I'm like, what? That's not a relationship. That's fucked up. But he accepted his job, so I mean, good for you, I guess. So I'll be eating that, and I'll tell you guys if there's anything to tell you about it. Well, garlic is pretty interesting. I think my mom talks about garlic as if it helps you numb the pain when your stomach becomes filled with pain, filled with worms, she says. But that's a kind of brutal way to talk about food or talk about your body as a whole. Like, yes, there's bacteria that demand food, nasty bacteria, but maybe if you have like a split personality, if you can't control yourself properly, if your mind is all over the place, it's gonna, hurt your stomach some points just for fun. just to like, can we find food? Can we find food? I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm fully intact, and I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm not gonna ward off a lot of vampires here. Like, you have pain. I have medication just for that stomach pain, bro. No medication needed, bro. Give me food, you fucking awful person. Food saves the day. Like, proper food, proper healthy food. Like, you will keep doctor away for sure with that shit. So, here comes the little triangle piece of bread. Now, you don't know what the size of it is, but it's pretty small. Size of, I don't know, one finger size, my. Yeah. And it is kind of convenient to measure things with my body, actually. Because it's my body that it's supposed to be fed. So yeah, it's one finger size is what I'm eating as a finale of the day. Another day completed. I've eaten very bare amounts to tease my mom. And then she did this. And I don't want to disrespect, but I don't want to celebrate either. So I'm just going to create this potential finale move where I eat the best food I can find out of the kitchen. Best thing I can find, and I will respect my mom. There's fish. There's some things I can fucking do that would probably taste a lot better. But I will take that instead. I will honor the idea behind this food. And it kind of feels it's gonna be pretty tasty. I wonder I'm thinking about this girl, you know, Eugenia Cooney or whatever, because now I'm transforming into one of her friends. And let's fucking go. I'm gonna be a spooky skeleton myself, so people feel bad for me when I fucking walk around. You know, I would love that. It is winter, so I can't show myself off. Kinda sucks, man. She is still active, it seems. What the hell? She's not reacting to food like I was expecting of, like, this food might actually taste very well because I don't eat very much. But this is what's so creepy, like, she doesn't want to talk about it at all that much. But I want to click on her video, see what the vibe actually is. All right. So let's do it, boys. Big moment here. I will respect my mom one more time, third time throughout the day. I have no challenges for my mom. I don't know what she can do to stop the bullshit, but right now the pending call to authorities is imminent, basically. Someone poured a lot of grains. We see it, a lot of grains just being wasted. I want to know what's going on. I want to see how my mom reports that shit and if she mentions our suspicions. Yeah, your body wants to take it from the dormant position, meaning that you don't want much food. Now you're going to enjoy a lot of food that comes in, so you don't want much food. You want to focus on it. And it was a very good sandwich. Really fucking good. I would eat more of that. Yeah, this is fucking awesome. The butter really fucking... But actually garlic, super tasty. Everything mixed together, like, super fucking tasty. So, congratulations, Mom. Very nice food that I've tasted in a completely different perspective entirely. From a perspective of a hungry person. But we're gonna dig deeper than this shit. And let's continue watching videos, I guess. Let's continue chilling.
Video, guys.
Yeah, you definitely noticed something like that. Holy shit, that's a spooky skeleton right there. And it's always a question of, like, how these people allow themselves to do that. But in America, there's not a lot of things to question. They just want to be that. They want to have this image. They want to be special. There's not a lot of things to talk about. It makes them fragile, but it makes them unique. And that's just American way. This is why trans people are allowed, gay people are allowed. Whatever makes you unique is allowed in America. Because then you have more cool stories to tell people of your ways of life. And you're going to attract certain types of people who have these questions of like, what is this girl up to? Like, I'm doing it right now. So, yeah. It's very creepy. It's very fucking unusual stuff, but she chose to do that. Just, for me, Eugenia is kind of like the child of Onicio and Shane Dawson, bro. Kind of in between those guys because they recommended the girl. They talked about this girl extensively. So I'll take that. I'll give them the points. I don't think Eugenia herself is an actually influencer. It's just more of a meme. I wouldn't watch her videos, you know, to entertain myself. Like, you don't want to fucking watch these kind of people unless they're making progress, unless they're improving themselves. I don't want to dive into a bullshit like this where I have to watch someone with a problem that doesn't want to solve it. Like, that pisses me off. Clicky click. Boom boom.
Feels really, really nice in your.
I don't get the appeal, bro. Fucking reviewing products, bro. I am going away.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, people like that in fucking Europe wouldn't survive because they're not allowed, basically. They're gonna get bullied. They're gonna get isolated. So it's very hard for people, like, fragile people to survive. That's a no-go zone, I would say. But it just proves a social country allows weirdos to exist, though. And they're safe. Oh no, not with a bikini, bro, no. Everyone's most replayed part, of course. Yes, of course. The commentary feels weird because the vibe is like she wants attention. And it sort of works that way. Like, no one's looking at me. Oh my god, guys, they're so happy. That is interesting. Ugh. It's very scary to be like this. To be so weak. Oh man. As social as America is, you will not find a boyfriend like this. You're just not gonna fucking find it. And that's terrifying to me. That was my solution. When I first talked about Eugenia, I'm like, she needs a boyfriend. That's it. Someone who genuinely respects her and wants to be around her and probably can have other girlfriends too, but like, someone needs to take care of this girl. And protect her and make her happier. Like, she's still vlogging by herself. Like, seems pretty lonely and stuff. Has the powers, but doesn't even like a YouTuber, doesn't have a YouTuber to hang out with. That's kind of fucking crazy. Like, no friends either? Man, that fucking sucks. The whole word homophobic, and probably there's phobia of these kind of people as well, because you see them as like, oh, I really don't want this to spread. So there's a whole phobia of just different type of people who you don't want them to spread their ideology, their way of life, because you don't want to see more of these. You want to see one. You want to see unique people. You want to see clowns sometimes in some corners of the world. And because they create a completely different vibe. Like, for me, I'm like, yeah, I still like this girl, potentially. But she has to promise me to stop the clown acts if she wants to fully be liked. And that would make for a good fucking YouTube video, not gonna lie. Which means story, which means people would really care. Fucking, we should call it clown phobia for real. New word. Yeah, so you shouldn't be disgusted, you should feel pity for these people. They're lost. They are damaged goods, basically. They're going to be rejected by a lot of people. You should feel pity. You know. You should feel pity instead. And that's a normal thing that will probably nail a very decent relationship with these people. Like, I'll tell you what, like, I'll be her boyfriend for like a couple of weeks because I want to see that YouTube money. No, it's cool, bro. I would be a part of her fucking world if I could. Is that what I'm doing? Nailing the catalog of things I could do? Places I can teleport to with Hunger Games strike? Is that what's gonna happen? Let's fucking teleport here for a couple of weeks. If Lithuania is fucking land of the dead, do I have to die to get rid of my identity and my responsibilities? Is that what I have to do? Just die to disappear from the system and be clean of all my sins? That's how it feels like, bro. Let's fucking go. Pretend, of course. Do my funeral, all that shit. I'm dead, boys. Bye-bye. Probably I have to do that to my mom. You know, like, we have to fucking fake it. Fake them funerals. We have to do it with the Taylor Swift style. But how the fuck Taylor Swift knew how to fake her funeral? What the fuck, man? Taylor Swift's fake funeral. I don't remember the song, but it's just gonna give me. Yeah, anti-hero. Alright. Alright, we can leave Eugenia. It's over. She's just gonna show more stuff. And the bikini stuff does not actually intrigue me. Her face seems the healthiest part of her body, so I'll stick with that. That's a very interesting part, isn't it? She can never fall in love, bro. Never killed like this. It's more like reenactment of the future, though. Not a fake funeral. Man, that food finale, boys, like, that kind of makes me just like as happy as Mr. Beast put it in his words. He took a bite of this burger and he feels so much better all of a sudden. Like, it's a very weird feeling. It's like relying on this tasty food to like bring joy to your entire body for a long time is gonna resonate with that shit. Yet it's just a bite of food. So fascinating to me.
Healthy, rich, delicious.
I love it. I love it. It's the best thing I've ever tasted in my life. But having that in me. Bro, after 14 days, there you have it.
One more time.
Very happy. Thank you. Right. I feel energized just having that in me. Bro, after 14 days.
Energized. Didn't took that long for him. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like a placebo effect, but placebo effects are more tricky than you think. Like, your brain understands, your entire body's like accepting it, the gift, and everyone rejoices. It's much bigger impact than you think. Placebo bites. And the only question is, how long is it gonna last? Am I really gonna like wait for that final bite of the day desperately? Because that's a funny thing to do. It's time to transform to Eugenia Cooney. Because even if I do, she might still love me back. Yep.
We gotta go high.
And I instantly burp after all these words. Which is, now the body's communicating fucking loud and proud of, like, alright. Not everything like gassy drinks, but like this burp is like for real. Like, every single bit of that fucking bite is gonna be very important right now.
What the heck?
It is a pretty interesting question of like, you are what you eat. And could you... But it's more like the process of eating, the way you eat things also matter, the way you chew things. That's something people say, but like, I wouldn't care how you chew things. It's how you approach the eating process in general. How excited you are for food. Maybe that actually is a very big deal. Like, people are so numb of doing stupid things their entire lives. They can't even enjoy the most basic of things they get to do. They don't even get to enjoy easy retirement. Instead, they have to fucking sit there and pretend that they're very useful to society. Fuck yeah, bro. I don't believe it. I think that's all fucking nonsense. But we'll see how this resolves. There's all sorts of pathways and strategies that could, you know, resolve things completely different than I expect. So anything can happen in these 30 days. Or how long it's gonna take, bro.
Did they win? One of our side rooms in the chocolate factory.
You can definitely sense the weakness of the dude, but it's not that easy to spot it.
201. 203.
Okay, he is very tired on every shot, it seems. And Chandler is not even counting? You better fucking count, dude. Okay, his lips are moving.
201. 203.
Who's the one counting them the most appropriately? What is going on, bro?
This is
The scariest thing about YouTube is that the moment something becomes successful, even if you're suffering through it, that's what people want to see, technically, right? That's the scariest thing that could potentially be the case for me. Like, you never know when you're gonna get viral, and you have to respect that instead of everything else you did. That fucking sucks, bro. Man. And usually YouTubers get to decide your fate. Shout you out. Share the spotlight. That will potentially grow and explode. Who knows, right? You might be the treasure they're looking for this whole time. I would like candy. Candy would be nice to have. Which comes in the same package as the popcorn, the chips, the potato chips, the snacks. I think what I could do as well is allow people to send snacks, just like fucking Smosh did back in the day. I could allow them. I can dox myself, right? Or will I just allow other people to dox me? How about that? Find my address. I don't have to be private. Lithuania. But just like my face, I'm not sure how to break the news, the information. I don't want it to go straight to my inbox. That would be fucking weird. I have to think about it. Can't do spontaneous shit with my privacy, which is completely unnecessary. Privacy for me, I don't need that shit. Literally nothing changes when I reveal it. But I would like to have ability to collect packages from a certain location. Or in the post office. So I can tell you guys this city and the post office. But the best thing to do, obviously, is not to focus on that. Just put it out there as a possibility if people cared. But they won't. I'll take snacks. I might taste them. I'm not gonna eat them. I'm not gonna rely on snacks, but you know, you want to focus on something instead of like eating food. Like a huge chunk of your life has changed. A huge reason why I go to the kitchen has changed, and I need to replace that with something else. This is gonna take a little bit longer than just these days, and the hunger strike is a little bit more gray than just like strict Mr. Beast rules. Most importantly, these are Hunger Games. It's supposed to be a game of people doing nice things to me, and I appreciate those people by taking those things into account and surviving longer that way. I play with death itself.
pieces cost you a chocolate.
Yes, yes. If you're too fat, you go down. Mr. Beast video not for you. Eat it.
Fast, right now.
Slam it back.
Right now.
Chris, are they?
Nerd's gonna lose. Oh no, the fat guy loses again to food. That is embarrassing, bro.
So close.
Faster. They all kind of look like NPCs, you know, in the character selection where they spin.
That joke fucking lands this year. Holy shit.
I'll show you guys the faster.
All the nerds are out. Wait, the guy still has glasses on, bro. I didn't notice. What's gonna happen to him? 1 out of 4. We know who wins. This is really funny to me. What the hell? The toilet cake challenge. That is such an unusual thing to do.
4.
I think Rosanna is a little bit upset. Even more so than I thought. The cake or not challenge happens to be toilets. Fucking weird. It's clearly this one. Right? Right? This it's kind of scary, man.
Just go walk.
No, it was 3. I guess the discoloration throws me off. But it's very hard to see, like, you don't get to see dimensions. You don't get to participate in this. It's kind of fucking weird. Does it zoom in at some point?
3 are real, 1's made a
Okay, let's,
cake. Whichever person picks.
like, you can definitely tell the third one is, like, is really weird. Especially from this angle. I mean, it gives you enough hints. It's just, like, out of shape. Very interesting. And then you see this is, like, very solid, very shiny and stuff. Alright. Besides the food that I've eaten, which was tasty, I want more. Sounds like a weird thing, but, like, I want to taste something in my mouth. I want to feel something. Some sensation. I can't just leave my mouth alone. It has to do something. So I have to look for spice. I have, like, some peppers, I think. They would be called that. I can try and put that shit. Some hotness in my mouth. I get to decide, bro. It's like I'm taking my time. This is, like, a very important decision to me. What sensations do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? Like, food is one of the, like, really big important things in your life that make you feel different things. And you get to decide. You're the king. It's kind of fascinating to me. Alright. I didn't thought Mr. Beast was going to be one of those people that fucking carries the whole narrative of the Hunger Games. For fuck's sake, what? Especially after them sitting on the cake. I would eat that. I would still eat that, bro. Probably not. I don't like cakes. I don't like... But I would still eat that. It's just, I don't care about food that much to be hungry in a way. Like, I will probably never be hungry. I have so much control over myself. The button is obviously being clicked of like, hey, dude, you're hungry. What you gonna do about it? And I'm gonna fucking show middle finger every time that happens. But yeah, I would like to be entertained. I would like to have something in my mouth. Something to chew for a long time. Right? Something that I can enjoy, but doesn't count as food. Count as more like spicy flavor. Kind of like water, but spicy. Mom just kind of threw away the peppers, which is very annoying, but reasonable, but very annoying still. Also, click. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Wasted by his own number. 3 picked 3.
Never done this wrestling.
The last thing I can try, I've looked through all the items I have in the fridge, is sauce. And I wonder if it will serve a purpose. Can I sauce up my fucking mouth and it's gonna last for a very long time? Because I will have to distract my body as much as possible. Like, I don't get to do Mr. Beast things and run around all over the place and then cut the fucking challenge eventually. I have to do this like long term and be very strategic of how I treat my body, and I have an open field for anything to happen. So sauce, we should try it out. 1 spoon. The idea of sauce is that when you drink a lot of water, your mouth would still be dry and just have this one flavor in it. Even if you heat it up. So let's try and fix that with sauce. Yeah, tomato sauce. This is definitely an experience, and this definitely lasts a very long time. And it definitely hits you hard. Feels like a little bit of a, at least marinated, very long shelf life. I looked at like fucking 3 years, which makes it feel like kind of bad, acidic and stuff. But let's finish the spoon. I'm literally just like simulating eating things without eating things. Will that trick my body? Will I be able to beat it by creating a routine of... It's a very interesting thing to show on a matrix. You often do that in programming. You often put up some dots, and only then you draw the line. Or you grow the dots to a certain size. So, I'm doing this like the finale meme, but also like the way to lengthen the time of like, you don't know how long the night is going to be. You don't know what's going to happen. You know there's going to be the end move that you want to do, like the big end move where there's still a part of your body that doesn't want to be treated poorly. So they will be cheering on this fucking thing coming in. That one bite that will break the game. And technically fucking Mr. Beast fallen for this trick, you know. He had to bend the rules to let the bite in. Then he can extend the game to last longer. He could have just respected the guy. Could have just respected the Gordon Ramsay. He could have just done it, bended the rules, and continued on because he needed to march on this journey. This is a very important thing. And, well, Mr. Beast failed. Simply because of this. This was a Willy Wonka's factory thing. This is where it all ended, at the same place. 2 videos ended at the same place. That's a weird Mr. Beast twist, I would say. So I get to explore some very intricate and very important things for human beings to understand. So yeah, you put down these like tiny candies for your body of like, I will still treat you, I still care about you. And yes, you'll still get flavors and sensations until you can go to sleep. You're taken care of. So I'm sending all these messages to my body. It's really interesting. That, you know, it's all good. I'm here. I haven't decided to abandon you, the body. You have to communicate with your body constantly. This way, I can make this challenge last forever, technically. And my body just fucking evolve into something, into Shrek. But skinny Shrek. Not like this Shrek. Does he have teeth, by the way? Doing this challenge, I didn't thought... Or strike, rather than challenge. I didn't thought I would find these magical moments of, like, understanding myself better. Which improved me significantly. In the face of death. I mean, wow. And it is truly magical, like... Every part of the day is also like being symbolized here, right? Action can be taken here. You have to rise, you have to live for something. Something has to like wake you up and make you smile. Turn that frown upside down. That is so fucking crazy, bro. Fucking deep. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh!
Ramsey just fucking gave everyone the same rating for the looks and the tastes, it seems. There's maybe the dude in the middle was actually got the 4 for the looks. I really don't want to see a pattern of where Gordon Ramsay just kind of like gives random numbers.
Oh, it looked great before, and then the last minute he somehow managed to ruin his whole creation.
That is fascinating. Ruin it. Yep. He gets 3 out of 10.
Usually it looks a mess. 3 out of 10.
Interesting. That's the only odd number, technically.
What do you do?
So first guy gets 5-5, this guy gets 3-5, and the last guy gets 7-7. Bro, I don't know how to cook anything. How did these guys do anything? Maybe I could get a fucking 5. Because this looks pretty simple, like it's just basic stuff stitched together, right? Gummy bears, I mean...
It's a strong.
Pretty much just a little playful cake, as long as I don't have to fucking bake the cake itself. Obviously, I shouldn't need to, right?
You've never done this.
They're mixing shit up, like... This is serious. How the fuck did they do that? Do they have a recipe book, at least?
So you've never done this recipe before?
I don't know how to cook. I'm just
Yep. That's the vibe.
on the stove.
It's so funny, like, this passes by you, but then you have a question of, like, oh shit, they did show this part. It's very relevant to me, actually. You know what? I'm very elevated. I'm very happy with a spoon of sauce. I like that shit. And I have plenty of it to enjoy every single day. So that's available. I have the sauce. I have the food of the day, obviously, because I have a person, a roommate, a mom mate, obviously. And the other two are a little bit more tricky. The other two are pretty tricky. How will I solve these? You guys have to see it on the next episode, it seems. This one's shutting down. I thought... I still went into a rant anyways. God damn it. So now it's midnight episode. It goes like this. Like the colors go like this. It goes morning, day, evening, and night. I already used purple.
Gotta get this.
What I can do is just wake up in the morning and upload a video then. It's not a big fucking deal. Yeah, but you definitely have to trick your brain that you're loved. If you trick your brain that you're loved, then anything is possible. You don't even have to eat food if you're loved. Like, your body will accept whatever it is. Otherwise, you will feel a lot of pain. You will be in hell. You will feel that a lot of the edgy stuff. After watching like 2 Mr. Beast videos in a row, I'm being fascinated, obviously. This is kind of surreal. And there's one more to rewatch a little bit. It's so funny because, like, once you know the context, you know. But if you erase your memory, it's like a fucking mage runes, basically, drawn. Trying to explain things, or like fucking cast a spell. It's like a scroll. Piece of a scroll. Smart people do in fact have magical powers. I can't disagree with the statement. This is why Selena is the wizard. of Disney. Being an Earth person and such. Anyways, as much as I want to continue this video and see what happens when I wake up, I don't think it's that relevant, to be honest. See you guys next time.